everyone. I'm Nhi from grade 9 of Cao Viên Secondary School. Today I would like to bring you our presentation about the recent pandemic, COVID-19. It's been nearly 3 years since COVID-19, also referred to as coronavirus, made its first appearance with the first official case in Wuhan, China, on the 24th of December 2019. Until November 2021, there have been more than 247 million patients of the virus all around the world and 927,000 in Vietnam singly. Our livings have been affected dramatically for everyone and everywhere. We have been forced to stay home for months, to work and study completely online. The impact COVID-19 leaving might never be forgotten in human history and might remain for years later. Talking about the close down, everyone must have their own feeling enduring through this special time for the conditional, physical, and mental changes, and so do I. At first, I didn't care much about the virus and considered the time I spent home as a long-term holiday. There wasn't that much struggles and problems, and I even found myself quite comfortable at home since I'm not an outgoing person. However, the worse the pandemic got, the more I realized I had to do something against the situation. Every day I heard on the TV, people told us not to go out, to wear masks, wash our hands, and measure our temperature. Every day on the TV, doctors and nurses have been trying their best to save our people. Every day on the TV, there's been a lot of people unemployed because of the serious disease. Every day, the number of COVID cases are getting higher and higher. I somehow suddenly find out there's lots of things I need to care about than just studying at school. Through the pandemic, we've learned about the importance of doctors and nurses. There's the fiercest fighters in this world against the disease and also experience the hardest challenge. For our sakes, they have to work overnight and day without any break. In the hot summer days, they wear full body medical protective clothing, bearing with the heat and uncomfortable feeling. Their faces are imprinted by the mask and their bodies get burned under the clothes. Under such circumstances, they have not only saved several people, but also stepped forward with a smile and positive energy. During this period, nationwide residents always stand by their sides, providing all help and support. Thousands of ads and products have been sent to medical centers. Hundreds of words of encouragement have been sent to all the brave medical staff. Besides negative influence, COVID-19 alternatively gave us a message of empathy and love. Youth volunteers have been an indispensable force in helping Ho Chi Minh City residents fight COVID-19 since Vietnam Economic Hub and biggest COVID-19 epicenter imposed Directive 16, which requires people to stay home except to buy food or medications or for an emergency reason. Youth volunteers can be seen at supermarkets, unloading trucks, delivering relief supplies from across the country. In Hanoi, a group of volunteers were formed in order to help their cancer neighborhood. The volunteers group received daily donations. Volunteers are then divided into two teams, driving motorbikes or pushing cars to transport supplies to patrons trapped in the isolated areas. Supplies typically include rice, eggs, fish, instant noodles, cooking oil, vegetables, as well as face masks. Explaining the birth of the volunteer group, Swan, the founder, said, "There was a patient who rented a room alone and said he could not find and eat vegetables for several days since the shops and wet markets around were closed. I tell myself, if patients in the hospital are taken care of properly, outpatients should also be taken care of because they suffer the same illness. So I went on social media to call for support to help them." The pandemic has also given us a view of nature without human. After a few months of closed down, the beach in Monterey Bay of California, USA, suddenly phosphored with bright blue light in the night. It was explained that a certain kind of algae, which sparked when got impacted, has caused this special occurrence. A citizen who had lived there for 30 years said he had never seen the scenery in his life. The mentioned algae is rarely seen so close to the beach. It was claimed by some people to be a result of the lockdown, so the beach was less crowded than usual. This is an example of human consequences to natural life. It's not the first time we've polluted our own habitat. Nature has its beauty. We would never know if for once we didn't have an occasion like this. The most memorable things I learned in the time I spent home is that how little I had noticed my family. Before, maybe I was too busy with schools and friends to watch my family members clearly. There's a habits and hobby that I never know, or there's a time I never had. For the first time, I sat down with my mom and talked about her business just a bit. She told me to tell her about my difficulty, about what I like and wanted to do. This is a precious time for us to share with our precious people. A chance to look back and live more slowly, compared to how rushed we used to be, to spend more time understanding someone we've already know, or to take up a new thing we've always wanted to try before. We might just find ourselves appreciate these tiny heartwarming details. Hope everyone will return to a normal daily routine again. Hope everything will be alright. COVID-19 will away as long as we are doing this together. Thank you for listening. This is the end of our presentation.